Hey everybody, Carl here. Welcome back to Trails of Cold Steel 2, where in the previous episode, we took care of a hijacked airliner in the Isengard range. We kicked some butt, we got Hebel and Klein on board, then we went and got Hugo on board, and we've just been making some good progress along the path that stretches before us, the road to completion. Sadly, we also, reunited Ricky and Anton, which sounds like a good thing, but it seems like Ricky has a spot of amnesia. But what we're doing right now, though, is that we're on the hunt for Stefan, who'd been staying in Ruhr and then he went out to test a gadget and now he's in trouble. So let's go find him. Uh-oh. What the? Looks like...
Don't come any closer. Goddess, please help me.
Stefan!
Machias? Rean?
Leave these monsters to us. We'll take care of them.
Here they come. Careful, everyone.
Oh boy.
My turn.
Triple fate spinner, you say? Valimar!
Valimar!
Let's get him! I gotta remember to actually use Valimar, so... Here we go. Time to take him down. Yeah, you can try. Puny. Now, yeah, why don't I just do this? Heavenly Slash!
That's that. Let's keep moving.
That's that, everybody. That's how it's done. Phew. There we go. You aren't hurt, are you, Stefan?
No, I'm fine. Thanks to you coming to my aid. I don't even have a scratch on me. Thank you so much, Machias. The rest of you guys, too. And now that I'm not about to become some monster's next meal, let me say that I'm just as glad to see you all.
It's good to see you, too. I was praying you made it out of Trista all right.
Same here.
Another happy reunion.
It's rather touching to see them, isn't it? Hooray! Let's checkmate for the chess club.
What are you doing all the way out here anyway? This doesn't seem like the safest place for a student to be alone.
Well, I came here to conduct a test on a program I developed at the Institute. I think it'll prove useful to you, so if I could, I'd like to get it finished before hopping aboard. Unfortunately, I ran into a nasty bug during testing. Now it won't work properly. It was when I was trying to fix it that those monsters suddenly surrounded me.
I see. Well, in that case, I studied programming quite a bit back at the academy, so I'm inclined to think I might be of some help to you. What do you say?
Really, Machias? That'd be swell.
Machias and Stefan teamed up to debug the program. Meanwhile, the rest of Class 7 stood guard, ensuring that they could focus on their work.
It's done. Now it works perfectly. Thank you, Machias. And everyone here too. Thanks again.
I'm just glad I wasn't out of my depth. Incidentally, what kind of program is it?
It's a database system to gather info from combat situations. Not to blow my own trumpet, but it's really useful. You can pull up anything stored in this little guy instantly.
Wow, recording combat statistics, huh? That does sound rather convenient.
Yep, and knowing is half the battle. I tried inputting the data from the fight you just had as a test. It's looking like it'll work great. Sorry I had to put you out to finish things, but thanks to you, it ended up being a huge success. I'll have to go and let Rado know about this right away.
Alright, everyone ready to head back to the Institute? Thanks a ton for finding him. I'm guessing you're gonna go with him, Stefan?
That's right. Still, thank you so much for all you've done for me. Now I'm going to do my best to support my fellow Academy students.
Awesome. And good luck. I'll keep rooting for you. By the way, I put the database program you made onto a memory quartz. All you need to do is install it onto one of the Courageous computers and you'll be good to go.
Thank you.
This will sure come in handy. It'll be great to have you with us, Stefan. Let's work to take back our academy. Together.
You bet.
They're so worked up, you'd think they were in some sports club instead. After bidding a fond farewell, Rotto returned to his lab and Class 7 guided Stefan to the Courageous. Stefan was welcome aboard the Courageous! Bum, bum. Let's check it out. Stefan! Year 2, Class 2 Lower Class Chess Club, Captain of the Lower Class Chess Club. Hot-blooded and hardworking, he believes in never giving up on anything. Programmer, he completed a database program while at the Brewer Institute of Technology. With Marcus's help, resolved the bug in it. Sure did. Now I want to see where this guy's hanging. Let me guess. Computer room? I would guess so. I mean, Machias is there, so that's a good sign. Why did Phantom Thief B have to pick me of all people? Whatever. Guess grumbling about it won't help me purge it from my mind any faster. He's still on about that, I guess. Makes sense. Set yourself up in the computer room, I see. I don't. Half his face obscured. Yeah, that makes sense for you.
I thought so too. That's why I specifically asked for this spot. I'm using a program I wrote at the Institute to make a database of every battle you fought so far. You said it played your strengths, right? I figured this is the best way my program and I could be useful to you.
A battle database does sound really helpful, actually. The monsters around here are more deadly than ever, so the more info we have at our fingertips, the better.
That's the idea. I'll take care of it myself, too. Well, actually, I might need your help with one thing. Getting the information to put into it in the first place. But if you stop by and show me your monster guide every once in a while, I'll transfer the data to the database.
No skin off my nose. I'll be sure to check in. Given how much work you put into this setup, the least I could do is pass my info along from time to time. Sure thing.
Leave managing the database to me. Having access to the right data can mean the difference between a loss and a win. Well, that's what Machias told me back in the chess club anyway. Oh, have you got some new data for me? Mind if I take a look? The combat database is really coming along now. Thanks, Rean. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. Here, let me give you something for your efforts.
Received U material ×3 as a reward for handing over your combat data.
If you find any new monsters, let me know. I want to hear all about them.
Sure thing. Looks like you got all your data on the system. Cool. I'll be back for that. It's like I'm checking in at the CPD. Wholesome. Wholesome all around. Well then, we have a monster request. Looking at the quests, we're cruising for a bruising from Prince Olivert on the North Kreuzen Highway,
Where do you
which
want to go?
means we gotta go Celdic.
Full speed ahead!
Indeed. How are you?
You know, selling newspapers sure for our way to rake in the mirror. Especially during a time like this, no one's gonna complain about shelling out 100 mirror to get a grasp on the situation. Might as well make the best out of a bad situation, right?
You profiteer off of this. Now then, that's what I wanted to know. Celdic's also in a new talkie state.
Let us ride on. Right.
Let's go, guys! So we know that Legram's in a talkie state and Celdic's in a talkie state. Ruhr seemed same old, same old. Oh, hold on. Draw 'em at the farm. Draw 'em at the farm.
Are you taking the cows to the barn, Tarim?
Sure am. Sarah asked me to since it's pretty cool today.
Well, I'm not doing anything right now, so I'll help you.
Huh? Do you need help with something?
No, it's nothing.
Huh?
Adios, I can't do it. My heart might actually explode if I get any closer to him.
Did you hurt yourself? Let me see.
Ah! Don't touch me!
Yikes. Guess I'm not her favorite person, judging by that reaction.
No, you misunderstand.
Oh well. I've known Lemon for quite a while now, so I was aware that he was a top-notch merchant. But to find a way to provide everyone with seeds for next year out of his own pocket certainly took me by surprise. That couldn't have been cheap. I'm not sure any of us can thank him enough for this. Oh.
Hey, guess what? The scary soldiers finally stopped coming by. Does that mean the war's over? I hope it is.
Soon enough, my friend. Did you hear? All those forced tax increases were finally repealed. The general price of stuff's dropped as well, so shopping's back to being a simple task now. Yahoo! Hee hee! Now all that's left is for the war to come to an end, then we can all really celebrate. I'm working on it, ma'am. I'll be off now.
Let's get going.
Let's get going. Ta-ba! Okay, if we want to go North Kreuzen Highway, that was a close call. Here we are, checking it out. We got a baddie alert over here. Curious about this, dude. You were up to something last time around. Let's see. I was in real trouble not being able to buy many seeds for next year. Then Lemon said he'd sell me what I needed on the cheap. Hard times are knocking on his door like the rest of us, but there he goes, looking out for me like it were nothing. What a guy. Next year's harvest gonna be a big one after all. That's nice. We'll go get a feel for things in Celdic to
Let's get going.
care about Merchant Lemon's great act of selflessness. Holy smokes. Abearddon indeed. That's a big boy. I guess let's go face the big boy. Duh.
Oh, that one looks tough. This'll be fun.
That actually looks pretty scary. Scratch 4K.
Thanks.
Thank you.
My turn.
I need a bit of encouragement. All right, we're gonna need to get this baby boy scanned. Battle scope out. Crazy whiskers. Abearddon, an unpleasant monster from another realm, spits out a venomous liquid and eats weakened prey alive.
Yes, sir.
All right, I say let's go get him.
Here I go.
Overdrive. We're gonna need some CP either way, so this is just a way to get it. Go punch him. Ooh, strong boy. Oh, and I don't even have the domination quartz on Milliam.
My turn.
Not prepared. I did not come prepared.
Gotcha.
I still put that on Fee. I can always swap out to Fee, but I don't want to. I want to link up with these dudes, but I can swap out some of the others. Guys,
Leave it to me.
the winds be on your side, and we do got Fee, but no. I'm gonna stay with Guys. He's got to do something crazy here. Something. Is blind a possibility on this guy? It's not very likely. It's 25% on a 50%. It's a 12.5%. That's not great. Just a big unbalance. Yeah, let's go for that. Let's go for bursts. Oh, not quite. ADF down though.
Bad idea.
And a nice counterattack from Milliam.
Here I go.
All right, girl. What was it you said you were weak to? Fire. Well, it just so happens.
My turn.
It just so happens. Let's go. We're gonna go all out.
Here I go.
Let's get him. Boosh.
Now, let's go, everyone.
Gotcha.
Leave it to me.
Understood.
Yeah. I don't even know the EP for a Valimar call. Man, we really just out here thinking we can cruise over things. But I've been cruising over everything in Trial Chest. Why is this guy suddenly so strong? All right, we got a crit coming. That's gonna be big for us. Still scratching away at Rean.
Here I go.
I won't have it though. Who's gonna get this crit though? We gotta think about that. Oh yeah, we're getting low.
Bad idea.
He needs some help.
Here I go.
But we need some help. He could heal himself. He has to heal himself. Nobody else is gonna be here to heal him. But it feels like such a waste. Okay, so the crit turn. The crit turn. Machias? Do I swap out for Machias for like a second here? No, but I have to use my... I can't do everything I want. Rean is actually going to die. Just care for yourself. Care for your boys. Care for your boys, everybody. And we're out of spirit modes. Righto.
You're up.
No problem.
It's time.
Hope you're ready.
Bam! This ought to soften him up a bit. just gotta make sure that he's... But I want to use ammo for some healing too. Good, good. Crushing. Ooh.
You're mine!
Oh, that would have been nasty.
It's my turn.
It is indeed our boy Gaius. Could I stat down 50%? Yeah, it definitely could. It's a 50-50 on the stat down. I'll take a 50-50. ADF down.
Of course.
I can't pass that up.
Arcus activate.
My turn.
At the same time, Rean, can we
Sorry.
Will do.
There we go. I gotta actually watch out for Rean here a little bit. And we're just gonna do something. I want to build up to yeah, because we have force. So I'm gonna build up here. Blam! And then flare bomb coming out. Ooh, the damage. Oh,
You're mine.
beautiful. Graceful like the wind.
Okay.
Graceful like the wind. I don't suppose I could get anything. I could actually get a little firebolt out here. Sure. We'll drop a little fireball, see what it can do. Fun. Oh,
Oh, winds. Howl with rain.
let's just pop them. Let's just pop them all. Just go wild on them. Could have saved Emma for some divine serene blessings, I suppose. I could also raise the great towels, so, you know. Good night. Oh, I think maybe we got him, though.
Here I go.
Go!
Filthy dance.
Plata, 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 plata.
What's that?
That's that. Sleep tight.
Rise, great towers.
Bam! And with that, he's out. Say goodnight. Say bye-bye.
Let's keep going.
Bling. That's some XP.
No complaints here.
Look at me go! I'm so glad.
Quest, Kreuzen for a Bruisen completed. Obtained intimidation quartz. Very fun. They leave my team in such a scattered state after such events. There we go. There we go. Okay. That means, everybody, we can return to the Courageous. Check out what we just got. Intimidation. Phantom phobia. Makes enemies on the field more likely to flee from you. Fun. Reports.
Have you been keeping well? All right, let me hear your report.
How about this?
Marvelous. You've ranked up. This is just a little something from me.
Grail Locket.
I knew I could count on you.
Yes, protect against
Adios, Rean.
all the status effects. Loving it. Okay, so a couple of things that needs to happen here first and foremost. Need to put the domination back on you. Then suppose fee. It's using force right now, which I really like, but who's using rate? We'll put that back there. And I think also equip-wise, True Gladiator Belt. I mean, somebody needs to Grail Lock it. And I'm thinking I'm gonna put it on Emma. Yeah, I'll put it on Emma so that she can stay safe from those effects. So we got to kick some butt. I should buy some Panzer Goggles. Some extra Panzer Goggles. I should buy an extra pair and put them on Millium. It's a little overkill though. It's fine, it's fine. We're good, we're good, we're good. Okay. Now then, everybody.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go all over. I have so many places I want to go.
Ahead.
Primarily, it's the Ignis Shrine, though. That's really where we are looking to go. That's going to be the... Again, it's optional which of the 4 shrines we go to, but we might as well go to Ignis since we haven't been there before, and that's the direction that the guide recommends that we go, and so we shall. But before that, we got to make sure all other business is taken care of around the land. So, let's kind of look it
Where do you
over
want to go?
and talk it over. Isengard Range and Ymir, looking all done. Saxon Iron Mine and Ruhr, looking all done. Ignis Shrine is right over here. We've done our talkies at Schwartz Drake Barrier. Lunaria Nature Park. Hey, maybe we could go and see our buddy Johnson, who's hanging out there. Celdic's got talkies. Twin Dragons Bridge probably got talkies. We could choose to go to get Terra Shrine, but we won't. We got the Proving Ground in the Fortress to see if there's a new talkies. Then there's also Legram for some talkies. So I think I'm a little curious about whatever's going on in Celdic.
Full speed ahead!
So we're gonna go full speed ahead and check it out. I should probably head back to Heimdall now that I've got my cereal grain. Who knows what the future has in store, though. Seems like the war's taking quite a surprising turn. It's likely that this could affect my upcoming trade, so it may be wise to keep an eye on the market just in case. True, it's gonna be volatile times. That's kicking so much butt. We succeeded in our negotiations with both the Imperial Army and the Alliance. They both agreed to not interfere in the running of the railway from now on, which means the number of trains should gradually increase now, too. Phew, we're finally beginning to see a light at the end of the tunnel. While there's still many more issues to iron out, we owe Adios our thanks for now. Aw, beautiful. Don't be fooled by Otto's docile nature. He's a man who'll always get things done in the end. He got the better of me quite often back in the day because of that too. Sure taught me not to underestimate him. I remember we used to argue over the Grand Marquis rules and who would get to which spot. Oh, those were the days. Oh. The merchants are saying that more customers are starting to return to the market now. It finally feels like we're making some progress. Thank you so much for all your help, York. Oh, please. No one needs thanks for helping their good friend out. I'm glad York's been doing something good for once. And we're out. Now, you, ma'am. Did you know there used to be auctions held during the morning market? They were basically a way to sell off freshly gathered crops and popular items from the Grand Market. Well, it turns out that they actually held one during today's morning market. It really does feel like things are back to normal now that the Provincial Army is gone. Thank goodness. Thank goodness and good riddance, I say. Becky's house.
I went with Daddy to deliver seeds to all the farmers. He sold them all for super cheap to the people who can buy them. Everyone was thanking him a lot too. My dad's brilliant, isn't he? Merchants are so cool. There were a number of farmers who couldn't afford seeds for next year due to all the taxes and requisitions, until my husband stocked up and sold them to everyone who needed them at very, very low prices. Apparently, he's been putting a portion of his profits aside to do that for quite a while now. I swear, that man. It's an incredibly kind thing to do, but I wish he would have told me about his plan in advance. Yeah, but you know Lemon. He works in mysterious ways. I don't suppose there's anything here but you. All clear. I have to say, it's surprising just how welcoming the people of Celdic are. I wasn't expected to be spoken to during my patrols, but I have people offering me samples of their products all the time. I wish I could take them up on their offers, but work has to come first. It's good to see the town bustling again. Let's check out the market. I managed to get my hands on some interesting products thanks to Otto's advice. That did put me in some debt, but that's a small price to pay. Metaphorically. I'd much rather have the opportunity to do business again over sitting around twiddling my thumbs. Of course, I got no intention of letting Otto's help go to waste either, so I'll be doing whatever it takes to turn a profit. You got this. All right, troops. How's Becky doing? She's fine. In fact, she's even more motivated than ever now that Hugo's on board with us. She's always getting pure, heavy, brilliant stuff in for us too, which is a big help. Yes, that's what I like to hear. The business isn't just about making a profit. It's about helping others out too. Seems like she's finally realized that. I am doing everything I can here too. It's a wee bit hard to live up to Market Manager's Otto's work, but well, I just have to take things step by step. You sure do, Merchant Lemon. You know what? I'm gonna go crazy. 10 of every ingredient. Just so that I can cook up whatever I want to cook up when I want to cook it up. I want to stimulate the economy, you know?
I'm just trying to help out. Do my part. And 9 healthy liquors, I suppose. There we go. Feast your eyes on this masterpiece. Socks that double up as dust cloths. Cleaning's never been so easy. The Imperial Army troops came by to patrol the Grand Market twice a day. They're professional and pleasant. Pretty much the complete opposite of the Provincial Army. Well, that's what I like to see. Proper soldiers doing their job. Yeah, but I feel like they should accost more children. Like the Provincial Army really had that, like, let's harass some minors vibe, you know? Step right up, folks. Business definitely seems to be better these days. Nothing makes a merchant happier than seeing his goods fly off the shelves. Can't wait to brag to old man Heinz about this. Hello there. I'm in the middle of opening up the shop right now, but feel free to have a look around in the meantime. I even managed to get my hands on plenty of ingredients today thanks to the train schedule slowly returning to normal. This market really is the perfect place to do business. With quality produce, it's always possible to do well here. There's still a long way to go until things return to normal, but I'm happy nonetheless. Do you think we have honey fact time coming up? I feel like we might. Long ago, I happened to be doing business in one of Erebonia's neighboring countries. A fierce war broke out during then, sweeping everything and everyone up in it. Perhaps the most fitting way to describe it would be hell on earth. Everyone suffered. I can only hope that this civil war doesn't reach the same conclusion. Alright, lay it on me loose.
I keep trying to get the friendly soldiers to try out some of my honey, but they always turn me down. So I decided that enough was enough and barged into their guardhouse. Once I told them that honey works well as rations, they bought a whole case. Yay! But honey fact time. The new soldiers here are also composed, but that just makes getting a sale out of them even more exciting. I look forward to doing more business with them. But honey fact time. Listen to this. I think I managed to spend my money smartly today. First, I skipped out on the glasses equipped with magnifying lenses and bought the shampoo set instead. Then I bought the non-stick pot and passed over on the thermometer equipped with chopsticks. I've finally gotten the hang of what and what not to buy at Cornet's store.
That's great. Man, these talkies feel very, like, final. Or, you know what I mean? It feels like very, like, we reached the end of this little arc for them right here. Things are coming up. People are hopeful. I decided to take a day off soon so I can go see my family for a bit. I feel kind of bad for leaving Margaret with all that work for a whole day, though. And that's why I'm working my butt off now to make up for it. Negotiations about the trains went fairly well, but I wasn't able to deliver all my documents on time. So I basically ended up letting the market manager down. I honestly did my best too. It's still pretty frustrating that things ended up like this. Aww. Louise finally agreed to take some time off soon after refusing for so long. Things have finally calmed down here in Celdic, so I should be able to handle the place on my own for a while. She's mentioned being worried about her family pretty often too. This will be the perfect time for her to go home and enjoy some nice family time for once. Got a big heart. And no Anton staying on the second floor. That's a tragedy to unfold elsewhere. Odvin. Samus keeps yammering on about how we're not making big enough profits. Can't believe that boy gets so focused on making some mirror. We're here to do some smithing and help our customers out. That's all there is to it. I don't know if my old man's aware of just how bad things are for us right now. We're very much in the red here. We scraped by this week since the tax increases seem to be calming down, but things are definitely still bad. It's not that I mind his passion or even the hard-headedness. It'd just be nice if he actually showed some sort of concern for the store's future. Oh, he's a stubborn man set in his ways. I don't know if it's just me, but it looks like people are starting to return to Celdic. Definitely feels more lively anyway. Finally some good news. Here's hoping that Grand Market will return to his former glory soon.
Hook, line, and sinker. You're way too easy, Susie. I'm never gonna forgive Jake for this. His impression of Father Zerbal was so good that he actually had me convinced for a while. Unbelievable. What? Jake's been a horror for a long time now. Mom said he was like this before I was even born. She had to scold him lots back then, too. You think he'll ever grow out of it? I don't think he will.
Indeed. The Celdic Chapel.
Sister Olive has allowed me to lead for next week's Sunday school. Even with the terrible times we're in, I can't help but smile when I get closer to my dream of proper sisterhood. I used to help out a bit at the church in Trista, so I think I should be able to do this if I give it my greatest efforts. The general feeling of unease seems to be waning these days. That's not to say people have stopped coming along to pray on a daily basis, though. There's so much to do these days that I decided to leave Rosine in charge of the next Sunday school class. I put so much on her already, I do feel a little guilty.
Oh, she's a hard-working lass.
Father Zerbel's mass made me feel much more at ease. Hey, Dios bless him. Rather than waste my time fretting over the future, I should count my blessings that I'm still alive and kicking.
Oh, you got some good years ahead of you. My apologies, but we're in the middle of Mass at the moment. If you'd like to take a seat and join us in offering prayer, however, be my guest.
Yeah, it's popping in here, Zerbel.
Well, that went by surprisingly fast. I am curious about one thing, though, along the West Celdic Highway. There's a house out here where I think there's two men who... We might be coming upon a terrible scene where they have both starved to death, but we'll see how the cooking's been doing when the wifey's been away. Oh, it's just had to place you right there, I suppose. I did. Oh boy, how's life? I've been telling Louise all about my amazing original recipes. Now I need to actually think of some before she finds out I was lying. Maybe I'll draw a smiley face with ketchup on the cabbage I bought today. That's original, right? I suppose. But bad news. Louise said she's coming home. I mean, that's great and all, but she's gonna find out that we haven't done any chores at all. We promised right to her face that we'd do as much as we could, and now she's gonna kill us. Maybe we should hide that pile of laundry somewhere. Under the bed? No, too obvious. If only there was a solution here. Oh, well, I gotta go see Johnson. Also, these crates. Johnson. Rumor has it there have been giant beasts roaming the highways across the country. Regular monsters seem to be becoming stronger all the time nowadays, too. Maybe there's something to do with the war? I don't know. I just don't want that howling I hear from time to time in the park to end up being some giant monster or something. Nah, you're fine. There might be something terrible in the park, but you're fine. We're all good.
Where do you want to go?
Okay, I'll tell you where I want to go, and you'll take me there. Twin Dragons Bridge. Yellow. We finally finished moving all we need here for the time being, which means that we of the 4th Armored Division can finally turn our attention to our next goal. That sounds good. Good, sir. The waiting area should be fairly sparse in here. Damn, looks like the 4th Armored Division's title is the strongest isn't just for show. They're a whole different ball game from those provincial army guys. Their chef's so good that none of them need to come here for food either. I haven't given up yet. The Transcontinental Railroad's gonna be back in business soon enough. I'm gonna be the one who makes a killing off it by sticking around here. Alright. An optimist. I got no reason to stick around here though, so I'm gonna take the trot back to Twin Dragons Bridge. Yellow. This base was constructed during the Middle Ages, so there's all sorts of interesting gimmicks to it. Hidden passageways and trap floors seem to be the most common ones. We're just about done with our inspection, however. It's time for us to move on to the next stage. Sounds fun. Major Nightheart has finally returned. Now we can finally unleash our true military might. Of course, maintaining our line of defense would have been easy enough even without his presence. For future battles will be our chance to show everyone exactly why the 4th Division is renowned as one of the strongest divisions. Yeah, you show them. So much blood has been spilled ever since the Noble Alliance started this war. And not just blood of our comrades either, innocent civilians too. That's precisely why this war has to be brought to an end as soon as possible. Both Garrelia and Wallace's troops seem to be dominating the battles in western Erebonia. Huh, but that's no issue. My blood stirs in excitement at the prospect of facing against forces as great as theirs. The 7th Division is holding their ground, but there's no doubt we'll end up facing them should things continue like this. We'll have to make sure we're completely prepared for when that time comes. Yeah. And right over here we got... The provincial army left behind a fairly large amount of supplies and the like here. Huh, these seem to contain foodstuffs. We're glad to make use of them. Oh, sounded like he was gonna give some to me. Oh, since you're here, take some off my hands. The upcoming battle should prove to be a simple one, sir. The troops stationed at Aurochs Fort are mere reserves, if you will. Personally, I'd be more concerned about those Jaegers they've hired instead. The Noble Alliance's main forces are comprised of the real elites of each provincial army. They've been assigned to high-priority areas like Heimdall. We won't fight them this time, but it's only a matter of time. Aurochs Fort, huh? Let's head to the command room. I'm impressed just how well the Major was able to investigate the internal affairs of the enemy forces. It's finally time for us to begin making our next move. Naturally, that will be recapturing Heimdall. I've read the reports on what happened in Nortia province. It seems you and your classmates played a pivotal role there. But keep in mind that the main reason you succeeded is because the enemy didn't anticipate a third faction. Don't let this victory go to your heads. Daring may win the battle, but caution and vigilance will win you the war. I believe Marquis Ragnar has resolved not to play any further part in the war. One of the Great Four has finally fallen. I thought it would be us who had that honor, but it seems not. Nevertheless, you have our congratulations. I am proud to say I expected no lesser achievement from the young lions of Thors. Still, you won't be able to steal all the glory from us. It's about time we began deciding our next move. Oh, you. I'm looking forward to it. Is there anybody stationed outside? Over. Here. On this side. Right here. There's not. Which means, back to the courageous! Oh.
I'm so glad Angie's alright.
Alright.
Where do you want to
I
go?
think we did hear about that. Now then, Garrelia.
Full speed ahead!
Proving ground should just be a handful of dudes around here. But even a handful of dudes. You're not a dude. Whoa, what was that little?
Oh, hello there, everyone.
Oh, you're helping out in the kitchen?
That's right. I asked the people from the 5th Division if I could. I don't want to be a burden to them, you know. If they're keeping me safe, I want to do something for them too. A soldier used to cook here told me all the dishes he used to make too, so feel free to order up an old favorite.
Thanks.
Haven't had you cooking in ages.
That's so cool. Wait, customized weapon? Wait, are you really qualified? Well, okay. Okay, girl.
The 5th Division soldiers who are here all seem a bit on the gloomy side. I can hardly blame them after what they've been through. I can only hope my cooking lifts their spirits in some small way.
Yeah, so you might want to tend to that pan over there, though. It looks like it is going to melt any seconds. It's pretty intense fire. Now, nobody's chilling over here. Yeah, they're packing up quick. Nobody in HQ. Just this guy and Fiona? I was feeling worried about whether we can really handle patrolling the border like this. But then last night, Fiona treated me to some of her cooking. And just like that, I felt a bit more relaxed. I need to do my job as best I can for her, if no one else. Man, the morale boost she's given. Alright.
You wouldn't happen to have seen Warrant Officer Arbecker around, would you? Can't find him anywhere. I'm starting to get a little worried. He's had these moments lately when he just seems really distressed about something. I hope he hasn't gone far.
I'll keep an eye out. But that's all that's out here. So I think let's head to Garrelia Fortress Ruins. Yeah, so we saw a dude here, and that's the dude. Dude. Has this always been here? Oh, it's you. Is something the matter? No, it's nothing. Don't worry about me. I'll head back soon. Are you sure? has that always been? I might be crazy. Maybe it always has. I just feel like Volglev was standing there, but now Volglev has been displaced over here. Am I crazy? Are these appearing? Does it due to the cryptids? Does that explain why the shape of Garrelia Fortress is different? So many questions, but no time to... yes, thank you, Toa.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Legram. We also do got the Ebel Highway. So,
Full speed ahead!
let's round out today by checking out Legram. I want to know what the Junior Eisenritter's doing. We got a ferry here. Things are kind of popping right now. Well, hello. Will you be traveling with us to Sutherland today? Oh, you're not a customer? Well, never mind then. The liner's still available if you need to use it, though. You'll find peaceful rural areas on either side of Lake Ebel, so it's operating normally, especially versus the trains. I thank the goddess for that. We were honored to have Viscount Arcade and Prince Oliver as passengers last week. We haven't heard a thing about either of them since, though, which makes me a little uneasy. Especially after the news of the Imperial Army's crushing defeat at the hands of General Le Guin yesterday. I hope they weren't involved. It's supposed to make sense that we've seen so little of the generals. We only got one glance, but then again, they're fighting the fight in Western Arabonia. You finally had enough of your parents arguing, Lena?
Hey, I talked to that girl a while back. She looks so depressed. I hope she's not still mad about the things I said about this town when I first arrived. That couldn't be it, right?
Huh?
I hope it's not my fault she looks so depressed. I didn't want her to take any of the stuff I said personally or anything.
What did you say to Chloe? Then again, Chloe's unreasonable, so you're probably not in the wrong.
Dad told me to go take a break from work, so here I am. I'm so bored though. I'd rather have too much to do than nothing. He thinks he's looking out for me, but the way he tries just shows how little he actually understands me.
Whoa. Now let's go here and let's talk to some folks. This is all unnecessary if you ask me. I'll be just fine out there on my own. Still, rules are rules. Supposed to have let Fritz accompany me. I can handle escorting him on my own, so there's no need to worry. You should stay and help the acting master with his work.
Cool. Fine by me. Just don't get lost in the fog or anything.
I'm taking Sven out onto the highway now. I'm sure he'll serve as a first-rate escort.
Right now, anyone in town who wants to go out on the highways needs to have us accompany them. The monsters aren't as much of a threat as they used to be, but never hurts to be careful.
That's true. And House 1.
Most people these days think spirits, dragons, and unicorns only exist in fairy tales, that they never roamed Arabonia. I wouldn't be so sure. Every single one of those creatures appears in this region's legends. Supposedly there was a dragon living in the mountains to the south, too. And those stone carvings on the highway are said to have been made by gnomes. If you ask me, they all really existed. I wonder if it's safe to go out onto the highways yet. I'm due to go out and collect some herbs, but I'm worried that it might still be dangerous. I really want to get those herbs though. There's any chance the war will wrap up soon and make my life easier.
Wouldn't that be nice? I just kind of figured I should have Laura with us for this. See if there's something new.
My supply's running low. This wouldn't even be a problem if Duke Alberea wasn't messing with our trains.
That Duke Alberea. Miles. Oh, and Representative Barrows. So, you wouldn't happen to know how things are over in Heimdall, would you? I really want to know when I'll be able to go back there. Not anytime soon, I'm afraid. We'll need to keep an eye on the situation there a while longer. Really? Sounds like I'll be stuck here for a while then. I'm part of the House of Representatives. Should be doing what I can to end the war. What am I supposed to do when I'm stuck in a place like this? I've heard all about what happened over in Nortia. Sounds like you all did a splendid job. Still, I can believe Marquis Ragnar being silenced by force, but surprised Count Heidel Ragnar fell to the same approach. Irina Reinford is a woman like no other. I'm sorry for how things ended up. Hold on, how do you know about that? I have my ways. Let's just leave it at that.
You can't underestimate the Guild's information network.
Why, how kind of you to say. Till's working hard over in Western Arabonia. I can't in good conscience sit here and twiddle my thumbs. We fully intend to do all that we can as well. I'm getting a fair amount of information on what's happening over in Heimdall. Public order seems to be worsening. As the city is completely under the Alliance's control, disorder is fairly minimal. That is in no small part due to the work of the Alliance's Chief of Staff. Keep in mind though, there's no guaranteed things will stay that way. True though. And let's check out Apricos Inn.
People all over Ereboni are talking about the courageous like wildfire lately. At least, as far as we can tell from here. It's nice to see people getting so excited about something. It's the very model of airship perfection after all. Is there any better way to fly through the skies? The captain's a woman, the helmsman's a woman, and it has Lady Laura on board. It's the best airship imaginable.
It's like she's purposely forgetting that there are men on board.
Poor forgotten men.
I sent my husband off to see if he could find out anything about the situation in the capital. He's done nothing but complain since he arrived in Legram, so it's about time he moved something other than his mouth. He's so indecisive. A man of all words and no action, I swear. Really drives me up the wall.
Such a thrill to hear new updates on the courageous' various exploits. So good luck on your travels, Lady Laura. Can't wait to hear what you do next.
Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you, bye. Sometimes I wonder if he really wants to go back. He certainly doesn't act like it. Okay, feel the love. We're hearing that the Nortia province has finally declared its neutrality. Great news, isn't it? It might just be my imagination, but it feels like Legram is a little brighter today, too. Here's hoping that this is just the first of many pieces of good news on the way. Let's hope. And let's go see old man. Bam! We've been getting thick fog more regularly of late. But that's fairly normal for this time of year. Nothing to worry about. Okay. Phew. Good to know I was about to panic, but you calmed me down with your wise words. Do-da-ba-do. They're not here. They're not here. Do-do-do-boo-boo. Oh, I guess trains... No, trains are still an issue, aren't they? I sent Chloe out to take a rest. She's a good kid, but boy, is she inflexible. She just doesn't understand that we can't run this place the same in times of war as we can during times of peace. She's been overworking herself to make this place run as smoothly as it normally would. She needs to accept the situation for what it is, or she's gonna end up hurting herself. Man, poor girl. Rumors about the Heimdall situation have just started to reach us, and some have been startling to say the least. I hear the Alliance's Supreme Commander is enjoying a life of luxury even now. They say he regularly throws parties for influential nobles on his airship as his countrymen die on the battlefield below. What in the world is he thinking? That's awful. We got it. It's just same old in stock. Good to know, though. Let's go see Pero. Duke Alvaret has some terrifying Jaegers at his beck and call right now. What was their name, though? The Northern Jaegers? I've run into one or two on the highway myself. Not exactly a friendly sort, to say the least. If I had to describe them, I'd say they're like blades in human form. Designed for and capable of only one thing. And it sounds like they're only getting more and more active. That's worrying. So, if you stay away from Berea hard, you shouldn't have too much to worry about. But if you do, keep an eye out. Yes. Good boy.
My husband's been helping out around town with the general work lately. His cheese making is finished for the time being, and he says he's bored without anything else to keep him busy. It's also very like him. He's the type of man who always needs some kind of work to keep his hands busy. Boom, ba, ba, dum, ba, ba. Okay, with that, we got the church, we got the trading hall, we got the manor, and we got Maria. There's still a lot more for me to learn, but I feel as though I'm finally getting the hang of my work at the inn. Nico seems to love playing with the children around here too. At first, I lamented being driven from my home, but looking at things now, I feel rather blessed indeed. So I'm here to thank Adios for all she's done for me.
Oh, I do wonder where the kids are at. The training hall? By the station?
If I take my eyes off him, he'll find some excuse to skip mass, and I refuse to let that happen. I know he can be a good priest when he really tries, but if he's not going to do so on his own, I'll make him try.
Nortia's out of the war. There's not a whole lot happening in Kreuzen either. I think we might have ourselves a stalemate right now. Normally I'd be happy that there's not much happening, but I got a bad feeling about all of this. It could just be my imagination. You never know. No, definitely feels like bad times are coming. With so many baddies, so many schemes and plots, and the kids are playing. What's going on here?
Commander, repairs to the bench are complete, sir. Sure. Excellent work, man. Wait, the heck is this? You couldn't have done a worse job if you tried. You're supposed to hammer the nail straight in, not at whatever angle feels right at the time. Ugh, picky. We're not planning on telling Dad about the Junior Eisenritter's work. Haha, he wouldn't understand how great what we're doing is anyway. Heroes are always misunderstood in their time, right? We were walking around, on patrol when we found a broken bench. Then we fixed it. Aren't we good?
You sure are.
At least it's fixed. But who cares? I just wish Julian would hurry up and make up with his dad. He keeps glaring at us whenever we're with him too. Just kinda scared, to be honest.
Yeah, his dad is a little scary. Okay. Nobody but our dear friend Garrelia. Even with the dissipation of the fog, the trains are still as unreliable as ever. I used to use the fog as a scapegoat for their lateness, but now it's safe to assume the provincial army is to blame. They're probably rerouting trains away from here as some kind of punishment for not fighting by their side. How childish. That's how they do, though. Mansion time. Alright. So the Nortia province has pledged to stay out of the war now? Does that mean they're now neutral? What am I supposed to do now? Now that one of the four great houses has withdrawn from the war, the situation has begun changing for the better. That said, the Abearddon family has been more brazenly trying to make things difficult for us of late. Duke Abearddon seems to be panicking about something. About what? I'm afraid I haven't the slightest clue. And Joseph, man, never forget your name, never forget your face. One of the Arcade family's ancestors had a second in command in the Eisenritter. It's said that he was granted the title of Viscount after the war ended for how well he fought during it. That was at the same time Saint Sandlight died under mysterious circumstances, ending her family line. As a result, the Arcade family came to rule over Legram in her place. Or so the story goes. Suffice to say, the War of the Lions is a major part of the Arcade family's history. Wow. That's really neat. The other day, I was caring for the flower beds when a group of children from the town came to help. Oh, it really was sweet of them. Apparently they've been going around and secretly helping people where they can. I haven't a clue what's inspired them, but it's still enough to bring a smile to my face. That's wholesome. Ba. And with that, everybody, that's the beautiful town of Legram, all checked out. We can head back to the Courageous.
Where do you want to go?
Looking at the destinations and everything that we have in mind here as well. Ignis Shrine, Zender. Oh, wait, hold on. We got this whole place. We got this part on the map. Hold on.
Full speed ahead.
It might still be the same though. How are things at Zender? Oh, excuse me. Nord seems to finally return to being the peaceful land it once was. I can't possibly relax knowing that elsewhere in the country, fellow soldiers are dying in battle. I can only hope that Operation Heimdall will prove to be a big step towards ending this war for good. Nobody told me about Operation Heimdall. Marsh is right. We can't stand out here doing nothing while our fellow soldiers are out there dying. With the capital occupied, we must look weak to foreign powers across Lemuria. The longer this drags on, the more violent the flames of war will become. We have to do what we can to stop that. Whoa. Tough times are... Well, they're ahead. They're behind us. They're in front of us. They're all over. Is that Private Bolt? I expect I'll need to go out and fight during Operation Heimdall, too. Which means my days of patrolling these hallways are likely about to come to an end. The thought of saying goodbye to them makes me oddly emotional. Alright, man. If you say so. That concludes the latest report from the Watchtower. There are no signs of suspicious activity from either Crossbell or the Republic. The intelligence division was correct then. I should have known it'd take more than a war to make them lose their edge. Return supervision of the Watchtower to the soldiers stationed there originally. Everyone else, prepare for the liberation of Heimdall. Yes, sir! We got an update from the Intelligence Division saying that the Republic's unlikely to do anything for a while. What we heard from the Watchtower seems to back that up too. Speaking of the Watchtower, Zats and Manning are going to be overjoyed to go back working there again. They haven't said it, but it's obvious they wanted to go back for a while. Can't let us let them know. That's wholesome. The situation in the Nortia province seems to be gradually stabilizing, which means that now is the best chance we're likely to get to move on Heimdall. We intend to dedicate our full resources to its liberation. The situation in this region seems to have stabilized for the most part, which leaves us free to consider our next move. That next move being Operation Heimdall, a plan to take back the capital from the Alliance. We're gonna need to coordinate this very carefully with the 4th Armored Division if we hope to be successful. Whoa. That sounds pretty cool. Now then, speaking of Zats and Manning... Boop. We're currently in the process of hashing out the details for Operation Heimdall. While I may be involved with the planning, it's not looking like I'll be out on the front lines. I'll be in charge of defending Zender Gate instead. It's not set in stone, but I'm a little disappointed to be honest. Just the thought of what we're about to do is terrifying. No matter how well we plan, there's every chance of an unpleasant surprise ruining all of our efforts. The enemy's constantly making new soldats. They have that battleship, they have the Azure Knight. It's a nightmare. The Noble Alliance is still a real force to be reckoned with, even with the losses they've suffered in the East. Even if we work together with the 4th Division perfectly, our odds of winning are 50% at best. It's a fight we can't avoid if we want to free the capital, though. It's time we all accepted that. Operation Heimdall will be the greatest challenge we've faced to date, but it is something we must attempt eventually. While you're here, though, allow me to extend my thanks for getting Nortia to withdraw from the war. It may not have been your intention to get them to do that, but the outcome has served as a ray of hope for everyone here. Go forth, and fight for the justice that you believe in. I'll ask no more of you than that. Already on it? This whole plan to move on Heimdall has me nervous. I mean, I know the whole thing is still in the planning stage at the moment, but even so, the main body of the Alliance's forces are made up of the most elite of the elites. They've been winning battle after battle in the West. It's going to be a really nasty battle, and I'm not sure it's one we can win. But I believe.
It sounds like the soldiers here might have to go all the way to Heimdall soon. They've fought so much lately already. A lot of them were injured too. And it's not as though I can tell her not to go, even if I kinda wish I could. I hope all of them come back unharmed, but I don't know what the odds of that are.
With a name like Operation Heimdall, you'd figure the fighting will be all concentrated around the capital, right? We might be wrong. There's no guarantee the nobles would end up attacking here during the fight. Which means there's no guarantee Charlotte would end up getting hurt. Thinking I might have her evacuate to the settlement again after all. Really? Worried about my wife over in Heimdall. Right now, Charlotte comes first. Thinking I might have to get her to evacuate to the settlement again. With that boy, Toma? If I turn out to be super capable with a tank like Hoover, you think they'll let me join the Armored Division? Who knows? I hear the requirements for joining are crazy strict. Not to mention the training. You've heard about the climbing marathon from hell, right? Oh, I'd forgotten about that. Yeah, I think taking it easy and looking after the Highlands like we used to is the life for us. Yeah, I don't think being tank crewmen would suit us, to be honest. Everyone's talking about this Operation Heimdall thingy the 3rd Armored Division is planning. I wonder what they're meant to be doing, though. I hope they haven't just forgotten about us or something. Oh, they got plans for you boys. I've been away from tanks for only a while, but I've kind of forgotten how you even used the damn things. Yeah, I think our old cushy life at the Watchtower is the one for us. I see. Well, something tells me the Watchtower is gonna be welcoming you back soon enough. Things appear to have stabilized over here. The warrant officer's just headed back to Zender Gate to give his report. Our division's primary objective right now is the liberation of Heimdall and His Majesty, not guarding the border. So I think it might be time to rethink who's in charge of looking after this Watchtower. Yeah, I think so too. This Watchtower was shelled by terrorists back in June. There were fatalities too, sad to say. This place just seems to attract trouble. We've got no reason to go inside right now. Better turn back. Always so reasonable, dear Rean. I appreciate it. The frankness. And now... settlement site? Nope. Let's see, I would have to go settlement site so that I can go
Let's get going.
horse. I could courageous too, you know, but so that I can go here. So that I can go like Lacrima.
Yeah.
Yeehaw! Toma, something tells me Charles will be coming by.
Guess what, everyone? We're moving back down south again. It was only just decided, and I'm already excited. There was a lot of back and forth on it, but in the end, I think we'd all rather spend a winter where we're used to. The fact that I'll be able to see Charles doesn't factor into my happiness at all, of course. Really, it doesn't.
If you say so. Still, I think you should let her know about the move.
Yeah, you're right. I'll have to tell her as soon as I can.
All right.
Yeah, the soldiers at Zender Gate are discussing their next move. I hope Charles doesn't end up getting caught up in whatever they do. Maybe we should go visit her after all. That's the best way to get an objective view of the situation. Anyone thinking about this logically would agree.
Yep. Seeing Charles sounds like a good idea. Oh, Kotan, you're doing it! No, not you! Not you! Kotan! It's okay, I get. Oh!
Don't talk to me right now, please. If I lose focus, I might fall off. Kotan's practicing to ride a horse. I think he might be able to do it if he's on Ziku's back, so that's why we're trying.
Oh! So wholesome. That's been teased for so long. Hey, did you hear? Turns out we'll be heading back south after all. We found out that it's safe enough to do so thanks to Lacan's daily scouting. We'll be a lot closer to Arabonia there, which means this trade post might be back in business soon enough. Now that's something I can look forward to. I'm happy to know that. Now, I'm going to be careful about calling things final, but these talkies feel very final, you know? You know what I'm saying? It's at least second of, like, there's just something about it, like it could have ended here and it would have been good, so. But I don't know, I'm going to stop calling that because I tried to call final last game around, and even though I played him before, I just don't remember everything, man.
I'm the one who's taking care of Zeku. You wouldn't know it by how he acts around me. He runs away every time he gets a chance, pokes at me all the time for no reason. What did I ever do to him? I hope he doesn't throw Kodan off or something.
Maybe Kotan's gonna be the Ziku tamer. Yellow. The situation in the highlands seems to have calmed down, so this may be the right time to return south. Yet the winds on the heart of this land still feel restless. Perhaps they remain wary after having experienced just how easily a neighboring land's war can reach us. Or perhaps the cause lies elsewhere. I pray my worries are unwarranted. I pray they are, but somehow there is fear in my heart. Mommy! We had prepared ourselves for the possibility that we might have to leave the highlands, but thankfully it didn't come to that. I hear that you've been running into more and more of your fellow students, so I take it your journey's been going well? Yeah, so far so good. It's been a huge relief of finding out that everyone's okay.
Gonna be a while before we can take Thor's back, though.
Worry not. All journeys come to an end at some point, and the same applies to yours. So be sure to pace yourselves. The last thing you want is for things to go wrong because you were hasty. Understood. Yes, ma'am. And this is the doctor's home.
I can't believe Kotan will be 6 next year. Yet he still can't ride a horse. Has this ever happened before?
Most children learn by 3 at the very latest. But that's a concern for another day. Nord is relatively safe now, so let's get back to teaching him next year.
I hope we'll make some progress by then. Speaking of Kotan, he's making quite the ruckus out there. Lily must be teasing him again. I guess we can forget about his horse troubles for now, so long as he's happy.
Oh, well, when you step outside, you'll get a surprise. Seems like we'll be returning south after all. Quite a relief, I must say. Life feels so much more peaceful when you're back in the area you're most used to living in. It'll let us get back to teaching Kotan how to ride a horse, too. He's got a bright future ahead of him. At last, we're finally going to be moving back south. Now that that's all sorted out, I feel hungry all of a sudden. I don't think we nomads are made to be nervous all the time. Yeah, it's really been a stressful time. This, by the way, is the settlement's food storage house. We don't go there. There's not going to be anybody here, but I still check. I check every time. I can't help it. And the lake cabin. I mean, if Gwyn was anywhere, I'd be kicking back in here. Indeed. Can he check in from here? Does he have like a little orbital computer? Maybe he can use the one in the Elder's home. We've finally been able to confirm that the Highlands are safe, so we're planning to move the settlement down south again. The Empire's still at war, so the situation could change at any time. But for now, we can all heave a collective sigh of relief. Sounds nice. After careful investigation and analysis, I've concluded that the Highlands are largely back to the way they were before. At one point, I feared we may have no choice but to abandon them, but it looks like that won't be necessary after all. The winds and the goddess have blessed us, it seems. Indeed, I feel as though I can finally be at ease now. My apologies for worrying you, son. But I can assure you that everything is fine now. Try and focus on what it is you must do.
You finished sorting things out in Ruhr, I see. I can only hope the experience of being behind bars calms her down a tad.
If only we could all have your optimism.
Oh well, hope it was fun while it lasted. Still, her aside, Mayor Schmitz agreed to make a weapon for Valimar. That man's only loyal to his own curiosity. I'm sure nothing piqued it more than our divine knight. At least he won't have any qualms in terms of results. Delivering a top-notch product is about the only thing that old fool's good for.
He doesn't hold back when it comes to Professor Schmidt. Not that I disagree with the word he's saying.
And so, I'm intending to stay here with the people in Nord for a while longer. I've already retreated from society once, and I'm in no hurry to go back to it and start mucking things up. I'm content to see how things go for Reinfurt and this war as a whole from the sidelines. I'll leave things on the inside to all of you.
We won't let you down. No sirree. With a view like that, say farewell to the Highlands.
Where do you want to go?
That, though, nobody's gonna be at the Ancient Quarry. That looks pretty good to me. We just got all of these fancy shrines of ours. Travel to Ignis Shrine. Yeah, we will. We will, but that's a next time around kind of deal. Everybody, tune in then for that. Thank you so much for watching. I've been your host, Carl, and this has been Trails to Completion.